What's going on, guys? So, I'm going to be sharing with you exactly how I lost 26 pounds of fat in under 4 months. Now, I know a lot of you guys probably found me from YouTube. Some of you found me from Instagram, and you guys are just like, who is this guy? He's doing all this crazy stuff. He's making all these big life decisions insanely fast. He's moved out of his hometown in just a few weeks. He quit his job and just left. It's like, how is he able to do that and make all these decisions? And I'm going to be sharing with you kind of exactly just how I'm able to do that and how I was able to use fitness to do that. So I'm going to basically be going into detail too, and just honestly just telling you exactly what I did so I can help you guys out. Because I know it can be very frustrating when you're putting in the work and you're just not seeing the rewards, right? There's nothing more frustrating than showing up every day, putting in all this effort, and then just not seeing the results that you want. So a big thing that I'm a big thing that I'm going to be going into is just eating foods that you actually enjoy as well. Because let's face it, if you're not enjoying the foods that you're eating, what is the likelihood that you're going to be consistent? Pretty damn low, right? Like this is why you need to prioritize two things: enjoyment, and you need to prioritize you actually having the right program. I'm going to be going into detail and just telling you guys exactly what has worked for me. So, how to lose the skinny fat body in under 90 days. Because I'm sure you guys see this. You guys see guys in the gym who've been going for 6 months to a year even, and they just look exactly the same. Or maybe some of you are actually in that boat yourself. And it's frustrating because you're putting in this effort, but you're not seeing the return on investment. See, everything is about ROI. Are you getting the return on investment or not? And if you're not, then something needs to change and we need to take different actions. And this was the situation that I was in. So I'm going to be going into detail about my personal story as well. But just to kind of show you, you need to stack small wins, right? Then it compounds over time. It's very simple, right? You have to master the basics because in order to achieve these big results that you want, it's going to come down to a bunch of consistent little wins along the way. It's not about hitting these big home runs and just seeing everything all at once. It's about actually stacking wins one after another, day by day, week by week, month by month. And during that 3, 4, 5, 6 months, that window is really all you need. Because after those 4 to 6 months, it becomes easy. Because now you build the habits of the man that has the body that you want. And it's no different than you just brushing your teeth. My goal is to show you that you can start today and see results in just a few days, because that's how quickly you can actually start to see improvements. It only takes a few days to actually start seeing the results. And that's how you'll know you're also moving in the right direction. So I'm going to show you without cutting out carbs and without restricting yourself. Because again, if you're restricting yourself, you're cutting out carbs, again, it's not sustainable. We all love carbs, okay? Let's tell it how it is. I'm Italian and I'm Greek, okay? I'm a big food person. But it's insanely important to have, like I said earlier, that sense of enjoyment as well while you're building the best of you. Because if you're not enjoying it, you're not going to stick to it. And it's just going to be a complete waste of time for you. So I'm going to show you the exact strategy that I personally use to have my dream physique. First thing I want to cover is who this training is actually for. Chris jumped on the team and we got him dialed in, right? We gave him this custom blueprint. We got everything laid out for him in his schedule, because especially for someone like Chris, and maybe you guys fall into this category as well, you're insanely busy and it can be very hard to get the greatest ROI on your workouts and everything else that you're doing in order to achieve your personal fitness goals. So we got Chris dialed in, and in just 3 weeks, he had his transformation, like in under 30 days. And that's how quickly this can happen. His confidence is through the roof. He's actually doing more than the work that I gave him to do. So I told him to do this workout, and he does that workout, and he goes for a 2-mile run afterwards. Like, because it's his mindset changing through his actions. There is a quote that goes, "You cannot solve a problem at the same level at which it was created." If you have a mindset issue, you cannot solve your mindset issue with your head. You have to go to your body and vice versa. So Chris is actually killing it and he's off to the races. To this day, he's still running the program and he's loving life. Personal training is dying, you guys. You can spend $1,000+ over 3 months on a personal trainer and only be getting a few hours a week of coaching. Real transformation, guys, it requires a system for your training, for your nutrition, for your habits, and accountability to back all of that up. I was a trainer for 4 years. I was a trainer at a box gym, and I saw it firsthand. I had 30 clients, and they would train with me. We'd have a great time for those 30 minutes, 45 minutes. They'd go home, and they would eat whatever they wanted. And because I couldn't keep track of their habits outside the gym, guess what happened? They weren't seeing the results they wanted. And eventually, they would give up. And I saw this pattern over and over again. And this got me thinking, it's pretty crazy how people could spend all this money on a personal trainer for a few hours a week of coaching and not get the return on their investment. It makes no sense. And I felt like I was actually doing a disservice. I felt like I was just existing in this gym, helping these people, but not really helping them because you can only help them so much. We can't go into mindset because we only have 30 minutes, 45 minutes. We can't go into their habits outside of the gym or their relationship issues that's actually causing their stress. We can't go into anything other than do these exercises and let me make sure you're doing them right. And it's like, I can only do so much. And that's the thing. Like, this is why, you guys, I took my business online. Because I can see how many steps you're doing per day. I can see when you're doing your workouts. I can see if you're following the rest intervals. I can see your progress photos. We do weekly one-on-one calls. We do weekly group calls. I can help you master every other aspect of this because fitness is tied to everything else in your life. It's not just about exercise. If it was, everybody would be just in the best shape of their life and no one would have any issues. But this is the problem. See, personal training is not going to do it for you. Now, let's say your nutrition is just perfect and you just want to make a friend at the gym. Sure. You know what I mean? Go ahead. But for the people watching this, and people who actually want to have a full transformation for themselves quickly, like I'm talking under 6 months, it's not going to come from this. It's going to come from you having a blueprint and having the accountability to actually stay consistent to that blueprint. Something that you guys need to be aware of, and I'm pretty sure you already are, is AI is taking over and we are craving human connection more than anything. There is an abundance of information and we are overly stimulated. We simply need a clear custom plan to ensure success. This kind of ties off of what I was just speaking about. There's so much information. We have an abundance of information. We do not have an information issue. We have an accountability issue. There's endless information on ChatGPT, on Google. See, the information is not the problem. It's the accountability to adhere to the information. Again, you need two things. Custom blueprint for your specific body and your specific goal. The second thing is accountability so that you can actually stay consistent to that blueprint. You cannot have one without the other, right? You can't have a perfect program but lack consistency because it won't work. And you can't be super consistent on an improper program because that also isn't going to work. You need those two things in order to have your transformation and achieve your dream physique and actually have that confidence that you want to go and live your dream life. See, it's not just about fitness and it's not just about a workout plan, a meal plan. It's way deeper than that. You have to tackle it in a way so that you're actually changing your identity and stepping into your true 10.0 self. in that short amount of time. And that's exactly what I'm showing you. And that's exactly what I did. Some of you were thinking, who the hell is this guy? Who the hell is Chris Caravasanos, and why is he trying to help me? So, my name is Chris Caravasanos. I'm 26 years old. I'm an online fitness coach from Long Island, New York, and I'm currently living in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. And I achieved my dream physique in 4 months, and I'm living my dream life now. Like, I'm doing everything that I've always wanted to do. And all of it was a byproduct of this program. All of it was a byproduct of me holding my word to myself on every little thing that I knew I had to do. And like I said in the beginning, it compounds over time. But it's about stacking those base hits, stacking those little wins along the way. And that's when it compounds. And that's when you have these big successes, because now you're the individual who could pull it off. I moved out of my hometown and to my dream state, Florida. I've always wanted to come to Florida. And I was always procrastinating. Oh, I don't really think I'm going to do that this year. I got this coming up. I don't think now is the time, and this and that. All that shit went out the window, man. If any of you have ever seen the movie Limitless with Bradley Cooper, it's about him taking a pill, and once he takes that pill, he's able to live his dream life. He starts having unlimited motivation and drive to go and achieve everything that he wants. The only difference is, with this, you don't take a pill. You actually hold your word to yourself on everything that you know you must do. And then you get rewarded that drive, that confidence, that mental clarity. You get rewarded all of that. And I'm a true believer in God, and I truly do believe that He is the one that blesses you with these gifts as a byproduct of you disciplining yourself. I've always wanted to live this life, you guys. And fitness was the bridge that connected me from where I currently was at to where I actually wanted to go. It was through mastering my fitness and getting dialed in. It wasn't always like this, you guys. I was working at a car dealership, working 55 hours a week, hating it, always tired, always just going through the motions, and no energy or drive, no mental clarity. I was getting walked all over in relationships. I couldn't really speak up for myself. My girl wanted to do something, I would just go along with it. Like, I couldn't speak up for myself. And not to mention, I was working out 6-7 days a week, you guys, and still not seeing results. So here I am putting in all this effort, but not getting the return on investment, not actually seeing the results that I truly wanted to. Still comparing myself to everybody in the gym, like escaping my problems with food, with porn, with alcohol, living this guilty life behind closed doors with no one even knowing, and me pretending like everything's okay, me pretending I don't have a problem watching porn, pretending I don't have a problem with alcohol, pretending I don't have a problem escaping with food and needing it to fall asleep at night. All of this. I had no drive to do anything because I was just living an empty life. I was just breaking my word to myself. And it's horrible. It's no way to live. But the one thing that I did that actually kickstarted this was I made a clear, decisive decision that I was no longer going to live this way anymore. It all starts with a decision. But the only person who could really make it is you. The struggle I was having was I was obviously working out 6-7 days a week. I was changing my routine. I was changing the exercises I was doing, trying to do more cardio. I had this yo-yo effect. I was consistent one week and then I would fall off the next. And this happened for years, you guys. It's like you're showing up to work all these hours and then you're not getting paid for it. It's basically what was happening. And it's not a good feeling. Eventually that just leads to you quitting, because why would you keep doing something when you're not getting the results that you want? You only have two options: quit or actually get help. And I actually chose to get some help because I knew this was what I wanted. That's when it all changed. I started investing in one-on-one mentorships. I was able to have my best transformation in 4 months. I actually got help, you guys. And I'll tell you, I've spent close to 20 grand on coaches and mentorships. because I wanted it that much. The misconception is a lot of people just think this is about workouts and nutrition. It's not. If it was, everybody would be in shape, but they're not. Because again, we don't have an information issue. We have an application issue. We cannot apply what we are consuming. And this is why the most important thing is the accountability. It's you adhering to what you know you need to do. And in combination with that, it's actually getting the right blueprint. And that's when everything changed for me. I had my best transformation, and that's when I unlocked the mental clarity and I saw my life clearly. And that's when I moved out of my hometown. I moved to Florida. This was me. Same spot. Gold's Gym, Venice, California. Boom. Skinny, fat. Just not it, man. I look back at this picture and I'm like, how the hell was I walking around like that? And then check this guy out. Boom. Much different. Much more driven. Much more confident. Everything started to change. Everything started to compound. As I got disciplined, a funny thing happened. I started to grow closer to God. Because like I said earlier, I was being rewarded with the confidence. I was being rewarded with the mental clarity. Me becoming more extroverted. I started to make more friends with people. I started to just form these relationships with people, just out and about, surrounding myself with winners. He was one of my mentors at the time. Like, life became limitless, you guys. Everything started to change because I, for once in my life, put myself as the priority. And that's exactly what you must do. There's always going to be a reason for you not to invest in yourself and take your fitness to the next level. There's always going to be a reason. But for every reason that you can't invest and you can't take your fitness to the next level, I want you to give yourself a reason that you can. Because that's what your 10.0 self would do. He would find a way. You know why? Because he treats himself with that level of importance. And that's exactly what I did. I changed drastically. These are the things that you need to keep track of when you're actually starting your transformation. It's going to be having routines and systems. It's not going to be you winging it anymore. It's not going to be you just waking up whenever you feel like it and going to the gym whenever you feel like it and going to bed whenever you feel like it or eating whatever you feel like. It's not going to be that anymore. Now, you can eat foods that you enjoy, but what I'm saying is those times where you're going to have those temptations to eat the fast food or indulge in alcohol, those are the times that you're going to have to stay disciplined and master yourself. And this is why having the community around you to support you during those times is massive. Because if you're alone and you keep trying to do this and brute force your way to it, you're going to keep getting the same result. Because honestly, the truth of the matter is if you could do it on your own, you'd already have the result. In order to get different results, we have to do what? Take different actions. We have to have a set time that we're waking up, going to bed, hitting the gym, before work, after work. All of this. And this is the basics. This needs to be mastered. If it's not mastered, forget it. First thing that you're going to need, accountability. You're going to need to be surrounded by a group of people who are all pushing towards the same goal as you. Because let's face it, most people are not living this lifestyle. Most people are eating whatever they want. They're going to work and they're going home and just kind of crashing on the couch and eating whatever. They're door dashing and all this. You need to have a constant reinforcement of positive motivation and drive towards where you want to go. And this is where having the accountability is crucial. Because without it, you're just going to fall back to your old habits. That's it. You're always going to fall back to your habits. So you want to make sure that you have strong habits in place, but accountability is essential. That's why I made it number one. You're going to need to have custom workouts, nutrition, and mindset. This is where we start to get into the practicality of things, the actual tangible things that you guys are going to need. You're going to need a workout plan that's custom to your schedule because you need to be able to adhere to it. And if you can't adhere to it, forget it. There's no point. Because again, this has to be sustainable for you. If it's not sustainable, it's not going to work. This is why the stupid weight loss shot doesn't work. This is why keto doesn't work. It may work in the short term, but guess what? You're still going to have the habits that got you fat and out of shape in the first place. So we're going to have to go deeper. And this is why it's more than just workouts and a meal plan. The third thing, and this is the unlock that you gain from actually holding your word to yourself, is going to be the mental clarity. If a man knows not which port he sails, no wind is favorable. I'm very big on stoicism and all my stoic philosophy quotes. But this is basically saying if you have no clarity, you're going to fall victim to your first temptation. You're going to have no idea where you're going. Life is going to sweep you. And before you know it, you're going to be back to square one. And I don't want that for you guys, because that happened to me numerous times when I was going on my journey and trying to do this on my own. I would have a couple weeks of just doing really good with my workouts, still not really understanding my nutrition though, and then I would just kind of fall back because I didn't have the whole thing. You guys need to have all parts checked off in order to ensure success, because there's a reason for all of it. The biggest thing, guys, is going to be the nutrition for you. Guys, I was working out 6-7 days a week, 45 minutes to an hour, still skinny fat. But getting locked in on my nutrition, I was able to work out less days per week. I was able to work out 3 to 5 days per week, 45 minutes, and get better results. I started to actually lean out and build muscle mass. I was having more people tell me that I look bigger on my cut than I was on my bulk, because it's illusion. It's all about how the muscles are being shown. And the main thing that's going to determine that is going to be how much fat you're carrying on your body. You can literally work out less days per week and get better results when you have a dialed in nutrition plan, you guys. This is not talked about enough. At this point, you have two options. You have option one. You keep going at it alone. You spend all this time and energy to get where you want to go. And that's even if you're doing the right things. You think about pushing this ball up a hill, right? It's taking all this effort and you don't even know what's on the other side. It's 10 times harder because you don't even know if what you're doing is working. And that also makes it harder to stay motivated because you're not sure if what you're doing is working. It also makes it harder to stay consistent because you're not sure if what you're doing is working. It's also going to take, if not twice, triple the amount of time because the program isn't guaranteed because you're not sure if what you're doing is working. Or you have option two. Option two is you learn the proven system from me, who has not just done it, but truly mastered it and learned from the best in the world at it. I've learned from the best coaches in the world. I told you guys I've spent thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars mastering my mindset, mastering my habits, my workouts, my nutrition, everything getting dialed in, everything related to this. And I've condensed it into a program for myself. And I still live by it to this day because it keeps compounding for me. It keeps giving me that mental clarity, that confidence, and obviously the body. The body is the byproduct. But you guys really do have two options at this point. So it's up to you to make that decisive decision for yourself. Because the truth of the matter is you only have two options. And you already know where option one is going to lead, because that's the option you're in right now. So in order to have different results, you guys get the point. You have to take different actions. The step-by-step blueprint that got me my best transformation in under 120 days. Everything I've consolidated into my training modules: mindset, training, nutrition, habits. I've condensed it into my own training modules for you guys as well. I'm adding new videos to my modules every single week. I'm uploading new videos regarding mindset, training, and nutrition. I also offer an affiliate path, which is separate. That's going to be basically you posting content and actually earning commission off of that. But the main thing, guys, where pretty much you're going to be spending most of your time is going to be here. And I'm slowly adding to it as we speak. Next, I mentioned this earlier, you're going to be getting weekly one-on-one group calls. Weekly one-on-one and group calls. You're getting one-on-one calls with me on Zoom every single week. Just you, just me, so we can just dive straight into what it is that you're struggling with. And I can actually help you work through your issues. No one else around. You're also going to be getting group calls with me and my clients. You can ask me questions, anything about mindset, training, nutrition, anything related to life, more of a Q&A type style. The best value, though, that you guys are going to receive is going to be through the one-on-one calls. And that's completely off of your schedule. You're going to have all the recordings of the calls inside my Discord. So you're going to be able to rewatch all the videos, all of the coaching calls, to remind you on the importance of mindset, to keep you thinking in this manner. And then what happens is over the course of 3 months, 4 months of you operating this way, it's all you know. And it becomes your habit. And guess what? It changes your mindset. This is how we transform not just your body. This is how we transform you and create the 10.0 version of you. This program is about building the best you so that you can go and dominate life as you choose. That's it, guys. This is basically where you have two choices. You can keep going down this road, which you know where that leads, or you can make a decisive decision and say, you know what? I need to start taking different actions because I deserve it. The choice is yours, you guys. In the description, you're going to see a link. You can book your one-on-one strategy call with me. We'll dive deeper into your goals, into your struggles, and I'll see if I can help you. The main thing, you guys, rewatch this video, take notes, master the basics. From there, that's when you can start to compound and things do get easier because you get stronger. I hope this helps. And I will see you guys on your strategy call. Test.